Hello and welcome to Uli Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Right. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. Okay. And so our card to go along with this reading is the Knight of Wands. And what this tells me is we have a lot of fire, a lot of passion, motivation. Okay. And so, all right, so I want to start here. We have an image of the Empress, okay? And this kind of looks not unlike one of the Venus, one of the ancient fertility goddesses, Venus of, and I don't know, I forget what it's called, but she's a seated, kind of similar version of this. This is the Venus of Willendorf, and so there's quite a few of these. I mean, they're from all over Europe, Asia, and there's a seated one I'm trying to think of, and I don't know what the name of it is exactly, but if you look up the ancient fertility goddess statues, you will see an image of a large-bodied goddess seated in not unlike the Empress pose. This one maybe a little reclined. And above we have a person who looks like they are going out to hunt. They have a some kind of spear right here. And then down here we have, it looks like Hermes or Mercury. And you can see the hat with the wing and you know, which makes sense, coming to a goddess, and bringing news or taking the news to go and carry it off. As we know, Hermes and Hermes / Mercury was the messenger of the gods and goddesses. Okay, so we have a lot going on here. It seems like we are really impassioned to get moving, really getting out there on the hunt, looking for resources. But I also think this has so much to do with a deep love, right? Something that really makes you quite excited, maybe even happy to get out there and get going on this thing. I feel that you have really been met with the motivation, kind of this, you know, some days we just wake up and we are up and ready to go. Even if we're tired, we're not feeling good, whatever, we know this is the time. We must make use of it, right? And I feel like this is definitely, you know, that motivating, fiery energy, kind of flowing through whatever it is that's coming. You know, if you're seeing synchronicities, having dreams, if these are just kind of intuitive feelings, meeting this more logical part of your brain, the goddess, the empress, a decision maker, right? This is a sign, this is a symbol of getting things done, making the tough choices, even more so than the emperor, I would say. The emperor is kind of rules with dominance, with power, with swiftness, whereas the empress is the wisdom, the thoughtfulness, the experience, knows when to go slow and when to really be more forceful, right? More demanding. And so I really think I see this, the universe really appealing to this part of self, not through the emotions so much, not through, your empathic nature, but through opportunity, logic, really like stoking those fires of motivation turned into the more physical aspect of actually doing things in the mundane world. And we see getting out there, the hunter-gatherer, right? Going out, finding those resources. Is it money? Is it a job? What is it? I don't know. Well, let's look a little more. Maybe we'll see. But whatever it is, I think that I think that you definitely have been feeling the pull, the push and the pull. And it is the most excellent time for you to get to that, to get to these things. Now, as I'm looking at this, I'm really seeing that we have this kind of scene of a person kind of going up here into this more metaphysical, really communing with the universe, knowing that this is a divinely inspired, this is a blessed thing. You have the understanding that you will be successful. You just know, right? But you have, and I see a person right there, but you have somebody in your life who is really holding on to your leg there, kind of, I think, very resistant to whatever it is that you have been, impassioned to do. And maybe this has to do with, monetary constraints, time. They don't, maybe you are married and you have a family and you just don't have a lot of time to be kind of chasing your dreams. But I do think that, this resistant person is doing it out of love, not because they don't believe in you, because they think they're more of a pragmatic person. Now, below them, I do see an angel, and I see, it looks like a large animal, maybe like a bear, okay? And I really do. I feel like beyond all of their worrying, right, there is just really the sense of protection. There is, again, that kind of, roaring, kind of just, it's not just bravery. It's just, there is a deep will here, right? And it has come up, and you are willing to do what it takes. And it's not going to be easy, but you're going to do it anyways. And I think that you realize, against all odds, this will work. And the only way it will work is if you really put the effort in here, right? Going the easy way is not going to get you too far. Yeah, it might be safe, right? there might be an assured amount of whatever it is, resources, money, career, security, or whatever. But this other thing, you know, and this could be like starting a business, moving into a different field that you really, maybe you didn't go to school for it, but, you know, you're in the field you went to school for, and it just is not, you know, it's not what you love. And there's something else. Maybe you want to go back to school and study. Maybe switch careers. You know, whatever it is. I don't know. Something different. And, you know, it's going to be hard. There's no assurance. But listen, there's no assurance in anything in life. Okay? You have to be willing to sometimes put yourself out there. Sometimes you got to do the risky thing. Now, I'm not any kind of, you know, I have no license. I'm not licensed in anything. I am not certified. I am not here to give you any kind of financial advice or anything like that. But I will say, because I am somebody who does think about, you know, at least being careful. You know, I've always been the one to make sure that the, you know, bills are paid to the best of the ability, not going too far outside of, you know, not making too many risky moves. You know, I think that in these situations, try to find a way where you can balance at least having a day job, right? And doing these other things. And you might have really long days and it might be hard. But, you know, taking on these first initial steps into this transition, you know, but you have to have some kind of security there, okay? And that's, you know, I will never give anybody the advice to just quit what they're doing and start something else without having kind of a safety net of some kind. And also the consent of your family, right? If you are in a family situation, it's important that everybody is on the same page, at least, you know, where your responsibilities lie, okay? Don't let it hold you back, of course, but, you know, you can't just abandon your responsibilities in that way, or at least you can. I won't promote that though. So we have a person here, definitely feeling that there is, you know, just a wateriness to this particular being. And I really think that with the fire and the water coming together in this reading, I feel like there's such a potential for the creative aspects of all of this. I think that, well, we've talked a lot about your creativity, and I think that this is so important for you to be able to express yourself in some way. Now, if this is involved with, making money, the resources, or not, this maybe is its own thing. Find a way, even if it's a very small and quick way. Maybe you don't have a lot of time, but find a way to express yourself somewhere in your life, okay? That is important. I think that this is a big reason that these energies are flowing through and the messaging from the universe is getting to you so clearly, okay? Because you have been making the time and effort to express yourself. Okay, now we have the feather, the quill, okay? So, writing of some kind, okay? If you are, journaling, if you are writing something, if you are some kind of author, maybe you're a blogger, I don't know, something. I think that this is an important aspect, and actually I see it mirrored here as well, okay? So, You know, however that looks. If maybe you write poetry, maybe you need to write a letter to somebody. This is important. It's coming up twice, okay? The other thing we have here, and I see a bird that is feeding. And it looks like an E as well, if we turn it this way. Maybe an EA or EO. But I do see a bird, and I see it eating. And so, you know, I get the impression that there is kind of this reminder of taking care of self, okay? Making sure that you are, you know, feeding yourself, not only actually eating well, but making sure that you are in environments that feed your soul, okay? That you are feeling cleansed and grounded, that those energies are being able to flow through you, there are not blockages occurring, and, you know, making sure that you're resting well, okay? Getting good sleep, not just passing out, not just, you know, sleeping a little bit here and there where you can, but getting restorative sleep, okay? Now we have a person beneath a tree. We have two other people kind of walking about. It reminds me of a park scene almost here. And so you can see the tree. This person looks like they're almost wearing a robe or a dress. We have another person who's kind of bundled up and another person kind of bundled up here. And I see more of the quills. We have 1, 2 of the quills as well. Okay, so I feel like this is really kind of a calling to getting into some kind of natural place. But also with these other individuals kind of walking around, I almost wonder if this is like something like going to like an observatory or, you know, like some kind of park where you can view art, like an outdoor sculptures or, you know, something where you are looking at some kind of intentional nature, you know, like a Zen garden or a tea garden. Those are beautiful. Sculpture, something outside though. I think that's important. And I just get a sense of being able to contemplate, kind of walk around, and, you know, just take in the the inspirations, of the landscape around you. Okay. All right, and now we have the Earthbound Oracle cards, and I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to kind of stop where it feels like, yes, and then we'll see. These are to kind of just punctuate. Okay, so this one says illuminate, and I just want to look at this real quick. Yeah, that's not unlike that. So to me, this sign right here looks very similar. Okay. And so, I do think, you know, there is a sense of, through this process, there will be kind of a, well, an illuminating factor, but I think that there will be clarity to aspects of your life where things have maybe at times felt a little unfulfilling and you have felt stuck, right? But I think through this process, you're really going to kind of see how and why that was, right? And how one can begin to push through those feelings, undo those feelings, unlock, or start to undo that knot so that blockage can kind of flow away. And I think so much of this is just really in the action of doing instead of just thinking about it, right? And also, just really believing in yourself, as corny as it sounds. Just really believing in yourself, even when other people don't necessarily understand your vision. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And as we know, the algorithm kind of decides everything about everything. So, doing things like liking the video, sharing the readings on other social media platforms, watching the readings from the beginning to the end. All of these things are very helpful for getting that algorithm a little more happy, right? Casting its gaze upon this channel. Yeah, all that stuff is really helpful. Of course, you don't have to do any of it, but if you are so inclined to support the channel in some way, these are the best ways. Other than that, if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing so. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And if you want to leave a comment, I read all of them. They mean so much to me. They really, really, truly do. All right, Pisces, I thank you. I hope you all had a beautiful eclipse. It actually happened this morning. And yeah. Into the next, right? Thank you. Bye-bye.